What's poppin', people? It's Dante, currently going for my morning walk here on Market Street, actually, in Philadelphia. And today I just wanted to discuss this recent book I read, the Eudaimonia and Ethics by Aristotle. And the central idea he covers is this notion of Eudaimonia. And essentially Eudaimonia meaning human flourishing. And so, yeah, how do we achieve human flourishing? I think of my time spent as a Peace Corps volunteer in Zambia, Africa, and the communities that I lived in within a rural village, right? And so I lived in the Luapula province, Sampia district, and Panta village in Zambia, Africa. And I lived alongside the Bemba tribe. And my village was positioned at the peninsula where Lake Bangweulu sat. And so we had a beautiful lake surrounding us. I was there working as a rural aquaculture promotion specialist, working with fish farming in these villages. And what I found was it very much differs from a modern city, right? Think of Philadelphia. I'm here looking at the Comcast Center, where a lot of people work in these offices, right? A lot of people live within these buildings as well. I actually believe that these offices right here that I'm looking at, the windows are shot out and they're constructing these offices and they're renovating them into apartments or condos. And we live on top of each other and our community is separate, right? Where we become atomized as man in the city through the way in which we live and the workplace. You know, think of the way that you live in a condo or you live in an apartment, right? There's those sort of small shoeboxes stacked on top of each other, and you don't really know your community. You don't really know your neighbor that deeply. Consider work and the way that you work within an office building. You know, there's this structure to the office and these bureaucratic systems that separates man from man, where the cubicle itself is consolidating man within the four corners of those walls. And I think that is the main difference that I can draw from a community like in Zambia, Africa, where in Zambia, in the village, what I've noticed is the community is flourishing, right? The community really, I believe, reaches this state of eudaimonia, where perhaps in a city, like for instance, I just turned the GoPro on, I just started walking and chatting, and the first thing that I saw was a man, homeless, laying on the street, right? Laying on top of one of those potholes or whatever these are called, where the steam comes up, and, you know, using that as his heater, using that as his fire, his home, right? And if you're in a village, right, everyone in the tribe is essentially family, right? Like one tribe under God, sharing the land, is this hierarchy that keeps people together in a state of flourishing. And if one of their brothers was down, if one of their family members had no home, they would offer them to come inside, to eat, to sleep, right? There is no homelessness in a village, all right? It's just not something that you witness. And essentially, within this hierarchy of a village, as I stated, there is God, tribe, and land. And when you consider the structure of a village, the center of the village is a church, and everybody comes together to the church once per week at least to then learn about the stories of Jesus, both in the Old Testament, discussing notions of the Exodus, perhaps stories from Prophet Moses, and then in the Gospels we have the New Testament where we learn about Jesus. And so when you consider this structure of a church and the way in which the entirety of the community comes together, right, it really is this, like, everybody in the village. Like, there aren't people that don't go, you know? Like, literally every single person will attend a particular church, right? And there's numerous churches within these villages, but there does come a point where people put down what they were doing and they all gather on the weekend to come and learn and to come and strive to become the greatest version of themselves. And when each and every individual has this archetype, this myth, this story about Jesus, people strive to become like Jesus. And what that does is it sets the bar very high, and it sets people in a position to strive. And when everybody strives in a village, everybody treats their brother and sister as they wish to be treated. And one of the central themes covered in this book, the Eudaimonia Ethics, towards the end, is about friendship. And one thing that Aristotle was saying about friendship is that you find within your friend yourself, right? Where if you treat yourself to the highest degree, it is inevitable that you too will treat your friend this way. And so when you consider it, I actually find that, good morning, bro. Excuse me, man. Yeah, so when you consider it this way, you can even consider this like very basic Christian notion of treat thy neighbor like thyself. And I think that is what combines this notion of friendship, eudaimonia, you know, flourishing, and community. For the individual, certainly, I believe, can reach this state of human flourishing in solitude, alone, without community. I do believe that. You know, I would argue that it's possible to achieve this. However, with the lack of society or community, it's much more difficult. And so maybe this is where the struggle in modernity in a city becomes evident, and why you'll see, you know, so much homelessness, you'll see so much poverty, and it's very likely, right? It's not necessarily like something that's rare, it's very common. And I think that is a byproduct of the death of God that famously Nietzsche quotes. And I think this maybe has existed throughout all of the time, you know, from ancient times perhaps. You know, I think that this is just a common problem that occurs over time. And so maybe with the lack of the individual striving for the greatest good, it's inevitable that the community will too suffer. And so my idea of flourishing derives from my experience as a Peace Corps volunteer, that central notion of the tribe within these villages that binds people together, right? And in these tribes, they genuinely do believe that God owns the land, and they all share it together as one family, as one tribe. And when I think of the central core mode of operation of a family unit in the village, it's very eye-opening. For in the mornings around this time, you know, it's around 5 a.m. even earlier, right? You'll hear the banging of the mortar and pestle as the mother is preparing the maize for the day for their meals, or she'll be coming home with firewood on her head and babies on her back, and the man is building churches and homes, and the boys are building bricks with sand and mud, and the girls are sweeping the floors and preparing the food for the day. And everybody essentially has a role to play, and everybody is striving upwards, and everybody comes together in the center of the community once per week to remind themselves of how to achieve that state of flourishing. And that is where I believe eudaimonia was most prevalent in my life from what I witnessed. And I find that to be some random thoughts, about this topic that have been in the back of my head for the past 2 years, frankly, and I keep thinking about over and over again because it was just such a beautiful, eye-opening experience to live in this community. And I'm very grateful to have that experience because it shows me that flourishing genuinely is possible. And I'm not necessarily saying that we aren't flourishing here in the United States. We have incredible amenities. We have tap water. You know, I had to go to a well and draw my water and boil it and put it through a gravity filter and wash my clothes by hand, or grab chickens from the farm and pluck the feathers and prepare the food by hand. You know, I had to do things with manual labor. I had to do things with my physical body to physically achieve simple things that are necessary in life, like food and water, you know, and think of shelter and the way that the houses are constructed with thatched roofs, you know, where we have condos, and I do call them shoeboxes, but they're beautiful and they're very simple and easy to maintain. And we have incredible technology that allows us to get around town, like the automobile or the autobus, and trains and planes and all of these great things that the Industrial Revolution has provided for us here in the United States. But the more and more, I believe, man becomes atomized, and this is the key thought I have. The more that man is atomized from one another through technologies such as the iPhone, social media, the way in which we work from home, Zoom calls, the more that we will strive away from this notion of flourishing.
All right, listen to this and check it out.
Go.
Okay,
Check, yeah.
You're making good points. You're right on.
I appreciate it, brother.
You're not on the phone, are you?
No, I'm recording my thoughts just out loud.
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Oh, you got the vest on. Good for you.
Yeah, this is for weighted. No, it's not even a bullet. It's just for training.
Good for you.
But I'm thinking about human flourishing and how to achieve human flourishing.
Well, dude, can you please take my number down, because we can compare notes. Please?
I think that
Please.
I think that the phone is my next topic, and I think that the phone is the reason why we don't flourish. What is that?
That's from fucking using a phone. Take a
That's
picture.
from using your phone?
Take a picture of that.
I have it.
Take a picture of it.
So what did the phone do to
I'll tell
you?
you what fucking happened, bro.
Because you got carpal tunnel, or?
No. See, that's what they think it is, but you know, no. Look, I'll tell you what happened, bro. When you talk, I'll tell you. It's real simple. It's gonna take. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Dante.
Dante, great name, Jay.
Jay, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I drive a tractor trailer, changing gears. That when you talk on the phone, correct me if I'm wrong. You can record me if you want.
Yeah.
It's meat. It tenderizes you. Every Monday, I would talk for at least 3 hours on the phone. I'm not gonna mention the name of the company, but am I being filmed?
Yeah. I'm just trying to pick up the audio. That's why I have it so close.
That's fine, dude, because I was listening to.
Yeah.
So, bro, look, have you ever seen that? So what happened was, and you correct me if I'm wrong, in order for that phone to work on the cell phone, it goes off a satellite. So you're microwaving. It's like a meat tenderizer. You're beating your meat, right? No, really, it's for 3 hours on every Monday. If I was lucky, it was maybe one. But then I'm grinding gears for 24 hours. I was running paper logs.
Right.
See? So it's exactly right. You know. Have you ever seen?
I don't doubt it, man. I mean,
dude.
Because even if I use a keyboard and mouse, my hand feels like it cramps up. You know, even after an hour.
That's what's happening with my cramping up, and you know, it permanently fucks you. It's
Fuck
radiation.
your hand up.
Radiation.
So you're thinking it's the radiation?
I'm not
yeah.
thinking. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, look. You're the brains.
I mean, it could also just be like the muscles and the tendons like cramping from holding it there, and like,
bro, that's atrophy, for fuck's sakes. It's like they open up my face. Look at the difference.
That's a normal one.
It's radiation, man. It's
Jesus.
like they cut me open.
Yeah.
They use the laser surgery on me.
Right.
There's a book called, I'm gonna shut up, Dante. There's a book called The Cancer Industries, but I stayed with a woman that had cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
It's called by Ralph Moss.
Yeah.
MOSS.
Yeah.
The same fuckers that are making the chemicals like DuPont. Hey, buddy.
Arch Street is just one block down there, man. Yeah, bro. Have a great morning, brother.
Good morning. Yeah. So it's the cancer.
Yeah, so the cancer.
The same companies that are causing the cancer, they're getting in the front door and the back door by profits, greed, corporate greed. You never heard of that one, did you?
I definitely.
You suspected it.
I definitely suspect that a lot of the things that we consume from grocery stores possess these like chemicals and things that do cause cancer. For sure, definitely. Yeah.
Sorry, no, it's all part and parcel. Okay, here's one.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm sure you seem like you're all around. You know enough about everything in school.
Okay.
You how old are you? 37?
I'm 28.
Oh shit! I thought you were older just because you were. So you seem like you.
Yeah. What's up?
Looks by knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, 27.
28.
Okay. So
yeah.
Can I cut to the chase?
Yeah, bro.
Do you have any questions for me before we go?
I heard you were going to talk about education.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Is it true that in order to like in order?
Oh
for,
no, of course
in order
it has
for
to
the land-
connect
in order
to a
for,
satellite,
in order-
yeah.
Let's just pretend there's a payphone now. In order for the landline to work, there's got to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
wires. So it's wireless.
Right.
So it's radiation. You know,
Right, right,
you're
right,
sticking
right,
your
right.
head. And even when I'm look, I've had.
And now we have the AirPods you put in your ears.
I'm not using those.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you another thing.
They just like
we're
micro.
so easily fooled.
Yeah.
We're so easily deceived. We're the most unintelligent species on the planet. Why? Because we think we're the most intelligent. I don't know what
Yeah.
the word is for that. Well, dude, come on. Why can't we get along, bro?
Yeah. Why can't we get along?
War. It's profit, bro.
War, yeah.
It's a song by Dire Straits. I don't know if you know them. You probably don't know that.
Dire Straits?
Yeah, you probably don't know Mark Knopfler. You probably don't
I
know
do
that
not,
guy.
no.
No, because it's not from your genre, your generation. It's
Dire
okay.
Straits?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, the guy has balls. Well, let me put it this way. Princess Diana, they put a hit on her. Okay, you know why?
What?
She was look at. You know your history, right?
What about the Princess Diana?
You can record me, but don't record. Are you recording me? Take it off. Take it off.
Okay, okay.
It's too late. That's funny. That's funny. No, it's not funny. Hey, listen.
What's up, man?
Listen, dude, look at. You're Italian, right?
I am.
100%?
Yeah.
You're Sicilian. You're Sicilian.
I have family in Sicily. Yeah.
You're 100%. I can see it.
Yeah.
You guys are beautiful. I mean,
Hey, thank you.
You're vicious as fuck, though. You're descendants from the Roman Empire.
Right.
I mean, true, 100%.
No, I was born and raised Roman
But I'm
Catholic.
saying
I'm a dual citizen.
Good,
Yeah.
Good. That's great. My mom wants to go to Italy. She's gonna be. We probably won't get out alive, but there's a hey, look. Cool, let's change it. No, I'm gonna make my point. Okay, ready?
Go for it.
Look, you're Roman Catholic, right?
I am.
You know everything. No shit, Sherlock. Caesar.
What about Caesar?
Come on. I'm not being recorded. Take me off. Man.
I was in the middle of.
I'm gonna go to Italy.
What about Caesar, man?
Because you know. Come on, cut this off.
It's off. It's off.
Wait, no, it's not.
It's not
That's
recording.
Okay, look at Conte, you don't have to tell me your last name. Mine's Jay. I'm not. Look at. Here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Look at.
I'm listening.
Loose lips sink ships.
Loose lips sink ships.
Loose lips sink ships. You never know who you're talking to. Come on, anybody know that?
Of course.
I mean, you guys are called the no-necks because you keep it. You know how to keep it quiet. It's like that. That's where that came from.
Mm.
You get pissed off a little bit. I can see it.
I don't get pissed off.
Yeah, I know you get even. No, but listen, come on, man.
I just don't know what you're trying to discuss.
Okay. Oh, so you think I'm bouncing all over?
You're bouncing all over the
come
place.
on,
But
now.
I'd like to bounce. You're talking about Princess Diana, Caesar.
Okay, Princess Diana. Okay, look, there's the Anglo-Saxons.
Right.
And you guys were the Romans.
Right.
And there was also the French were and those other ones before you guys, and the Turks and the and the Armenians, you know, and all that. I mean, you know your history, right?
Sure.
You studied it. How far back do you go? The caveman or before that?
Yeah, the caveman. I am the caveman. I don't wear shoes.
Shit, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but what's up?
Okay, you're a reptilian.
Yeah, I am a.
You're what are you?
I am a.
You're a frog man.
I am a frog.
You're a frog man. You're a frog man.
I am frog man. I am a frog man. I come from the Masonic Temple.
There you go. You do. You guys are Roman Catholics, are you? No, we were Roman Catholics Masons too. No, they weren't.
I don't believe so. They're